We are Sportfluent, and we're creating a digital meeting place for athletes and sponsors to connect. Here's a picture of a girl who was passionate about tennis and full of dreams. She was from an underprivileged area and needed resources to be able to achieve big things with her passion. Because she received support, she ended up achieving her dream and has become one of the best tennis players in the world. This girl was Serena Williams. Now, her story has a happy ending, but imagine how many talented athletes have had to give up their dreams because they didn't have financial support. Sportfluent will be a digital platform where athletes can get financial help from both corporate sponsors and individual donors. We're making a social network for athletes similar to Instagram, where the athlete will be able to create a profile, share their passion by posting content, promote themselves, and establish a connection with fans. They will be able to document their progress, accomplishments, and obstacles. On our platform, friends, family, and fans can connect with their favorite athletes and donate any sum. This is also a good option for athletes that won't be able to get a sponsorship deal for some reason. Corporate sponsors can browse, publish sponsorship offers, and support the athletes of their choice. Sponsorship is an important part of marketing strategy and is being used to increase brand awareness and visibility. With the Sportfluent platform, everyone has the power to help athletes fulfill their dreams. We want to give every athlete the opportunity to reach their full potential. Sportfluent promotes SDG number 3, good health and well-being, as we promote healthy habits in sports, and not only to the most privileged, because we propose a solution that we believe will reduce income inequalities. By that, we also promote SDG number 10, as we are decreasing inequalities by giving everyone a fair chance to finance their passion. The corporate sponsors struggle finding a right representative to reach their target market and are afraid of wasting money on unnecessary sponsorship that won't be optimal for them. With Sportfluent, sponsors can understand the athlete and their followers much better because we're not working like traditional agencies, as we will use data analytics. Athletes will be able to engage their fans and followers, which can become donors. We will have data from these donors, even if they're anonymous. The detailed information we'll have on the followers of each athlete will allow the sponsors to find the best athlete to reach the exact follower profile for their products and services. Sportfluent has 3 specific customers: athletes, brands, and donors. The athletes are 15 to 35 years old, they live in Europe, and they participate in competitions. We expect the corporate sponsors to mostly consist of innovative SMEs operating in Europe. They have several needs that our service meets: improve brand image and brand awareness, gain customers and target a specific customer segment, and invest in a moderate cost online marketing campaign. The donors are people from the athlete's local community, fans, athletes' relatives, and friends. According to CMPO, donating gives you a positive boost in mood, which can explain the increasing trend in donations the past few years. The sports sponsorship spending represents $66 billion in the world, an increase of more than 50% in 10 years. Europe represents $16 billion of these investments. This spending is expected to reach $90 billion in 2027, which is reassuring data for the future. Sportfluent conducted a comparative analysis with our American competitor, Open Sponsorship. Their annual revenues are estimated to be $5 million a year. This shows that the market has a lot of potential, especially in Europe, where a small amount of companies are operating in this growing market. Now let's have a look at our revenue model. We will be using the common commission rate applied on similar platforms. Our main source of revenue is a 20% commission on closed deals between brands and athletes. Our second income source is a 5% commission on donations. And to make our vision of Sportfluent a reality, we will also have different costs. Some of our greatest expenses will be the development of a web platform, which will cost about $105,000. The marketing expenses will also represent an important cost of about 40% of our annual turnover. Marketing is how Sportfluent will go about attracting a critical mass of athletes and sponsors big enough for the platform to initiate its own self-reinforcing loop, where the volume of sponsors attract new athletes who attract new sponsors, and so on. In addition to this, we have several other costs, such as administrative and operational costs. In addition to promoting good health and well-being and decreasing inequalities, Another positive social impact we create is connection. We want to build a community and a social network for the future talents. We give athletes a platform to connect with like-minded individuals and share their accomplishments, including the athletes from sports that usually get less media attention. With SportsFluent, athletes are able to optimize their potential and become better known. We will measure this impact by keeping track of how many donation campaigns were conducted and how many contracts were signed. We will also have surveys regularly on how users feel part of a community by using our platform. To test and validate our idea, we've presented our solution to different brands and got their feedback on our services. We've surveyed and interviewed several athletes and brands to get a better understanding of their wants and needs. And we have directly contacted over 500 individual athletes to see if they value our solution and gotten their feedback. The response has been positive, and there are several athletes and brands interested in our services. In our team, we have Anita, our creative mind in marketing, Arthur, our sales representative for athletes, Raquel, in charge of communication, and Theodore, our sales representative for brands. We also have John in the group that works part-time with PR. We're an international and diverse team with different competencies and sport backgrounds. We're athletes ourselves, and therefore we know the struggles athletes face, and we have a broad network of athletes in several countries. Our next steps in the process of making SportsFluent a reality is the development of a platform. We are hiring 2 web developers and 1 graphic designer that are going to be creating the platform. We're working to increase our visibility on social media and planning a big launch for this fall, where we will connect with all our users and give free merch to the first athletes that sign up. Be part of the change we're making in the world by being the role model that will inspire future generations, or the change maker that will help make it possible.